Imagine waking up and discovering that a picture of a cartoon monkey is worth more than your car, and the only way to buy it is with invisible internet money that doesn't belong to any country. Welcome to cryptocurrency. People are trading it, mining it, losing it, becoming millionaires and going to jail over it. But what is cryptocurrency really? Is it the future of money? Is it a giant scam? Is it something in between? Today, we're going to strip away the hype, the memes, and the get-rich-quick nonsense and actually understand what cryptocurrency is, how it works, and why it matters. By the end of this video, you'll be able to explain crypto to someone else without saying, "It's complicated," or "Just trust me, bro." I'm Dr. Dude. Let's abide and get in it. So, why should you care what cryptocurrency is? Because whether you're into it or not, it's already changing things around you. You've seen the headlines: Bitcoin hits new all-time high. Crypto crash wipes out billions. Country X launches its own digital currency. Hackers demand ransom in crypto. Maybe your friend won't shut up about the next big coin. Maybe your favorite game suddenly has tokens and NFTs in it. Maybe your bank app is now quietly offering crypto exposure. Even if you never buy a single coin, crypto is affecting how people think about money, how governments think about regulation, and how tech companies design payment systems and digital assets. So in this video, we're going to tackle 5 big questions. What is money, and where does cryptocurrency fit into that story? What exactly is a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum? How does a crypto transaction actually work under the hood? Why are crypto prices so wild, and what are the real risks? And what's the big idea behind all of this, beyond the hype? Quick note, nothing in this video is financial advice. We're here to understand the tech, not tell you what to buy. Cool? Cool. Let's start with something we all use but rarely think about: money itself. Before we can understand crypto money, we have to understand regular money. Grab a coin or a bill in your mind, maybe $1, €1, whatever you use. That piece of paper or metal is not valuable because it's made of fancy stuff. It's valuable because a lot of people agree it's valuable. Money at its core does 3 simple jobs. It's a store of value, you can save it for later. It's a medium of exchange, you can trade it for stuff. It's a unit of account. It's how we measure prices and debts. Historically, we used shells, beads, gold, silver, paper notes backed by gold, and now mostly numbers in bank databases. Most of your money today is not cash in your wallet. It's digital, numbers on a screen. When you tap your card at a store, your bank and the store's bank update their databases and agree that some money moved. Your trust is in the system, the bank, the payment network, the legal framework behind it. If there's a problem, there's someone to call, some institution to blame. Cryptocurrency asks a huge question. What if we could have money that's natively digital, that doesn't belong to any one company or country, and that you can send to anyone in the world? Without asking a bank for permission, that's the dream. Now let's strip away the buzzwords and define it. So what is cryptocurrency? In the simplest possible terms, cryptocurrency is digital money that uses cryptography and a decentralized network to keep track of who owns what, without a central authority like a bank. Let's break that down. Digital money. It only exists as data. There are no physical Bitcoin coins. The pictures of coins you see are just marketing art. Cryptography. This is the branch of math and computer science that deals with secrets, codes, and secure communication. Decentralized network. Instead of one big central server, like your bank, many computers around the world keep a shared record of all transactions. The most famous example is Bitcoin. Ethereum is another big one. There are thousands more, but the basic idea is similar. Each cryptocurrency has a set of rules for how new coins are created, how transactions are recorded, and how the network agrees on what actually happened. Those rules are written in code and usually open for anyone to inspect. Think of a cryptocurrency as a ledger, a record of who owns what, plus a network of computers that keep that ledger in sync, plus cryptographic rules that make it very hard to cheat. That shared ledger is usually implemented with something called a blockchain, a chain of blocks of transactions. Check out my video on the blockchain for a deep dive on it. For now, let's zoom in on a basic question. If there's no bank, how does the system know that you sent money to someone else? Let's imagine you want to send some cryptocurrency to a friend. No bank, no PayPal, just you and this magical internet money. How does that work? In the crypto world, instead of accounts with usernames and passwords, you have wallets with keys. Your wallet has 2 important things: a public key or public address. This is like your email address. You can share it with people so they can send you crypto, a private key. This is more like the master password to your money. You do not share this, ever, with anyone. From the private key, you can generate the public key. But from the public key, it's practically impossible to figure out the private key. That's the crypto part. Math that's easy one way, extremely hard the other way. When you want to send crypto, you don't just say, "Hey network, trust me, I sent it." You digitally sign a transaction with your private key. That transaction basically says, from this address, send this amount of cryptocurrency to that address. The digital signature proves that the owner of the private key approved this transaction, without ever revealing the private key itself. Other computers on the network can check this signature using your public key in math and say, "Yep, that signature is valid. This person had the right to send those coins." Then the transaction is broadcast to the network, and if it follows all the rules, it gets added to the shared ledger. So ownership in crypto is basically whoever controls the private key controls the coins. Lose the private key, no recovery email, no forgot password link. Those coins are effectively gone. This is both the power and the terror of cryptocurrency. Now, how does the network agree on which transactions are valid and in what order they happened without a bank or central server? That's where things get spicy. Imagine a giant spreadsheet listing every transaction ever. In a bank, that spreadsheet lives on the bank's servers. In Bitcoin or Ethereum, copies of that spreadsheet live on thousands of computers around the world. We need everyone to agree on which transactions are real, which came first, and to make sure no one is spending the same money twice. This is called the double spend problem. How do you stop someone from copying digital money and spending it multiple times? Cryptocurrencies solve this with a combination of a shared ledger, often a blockchain, a consensus mechanism, how the network agrees on the next block of transactions, and cryptography to make cheating difficult. Let's talk about the two big consensus families you'll hear about: proof of work and proof of stake. In proof of work used by Bitcoin, there are special computers called miners. Miners compete to solve a very hard math puzzle. It's not smart math, it's brute force guessing. The first miner to find a solution gets to propose the next block of transactions and is rewarded with new coins plus transaction fees. Other nodes check that the solution is correct and that the block follows the rules. If it does, they add it to their copy of the chain. Why does this stop cheating? Because to sneak in a fake transaction, you'd have to redo a massive amount of work, more than the rest of the network combined, and that's incredibly expensive. The security comes from wasting a lot of electricity and computing power to make rewriting history prohibitively costly. In proof of stake, used by newer networks like modern Ethereum, instead of burning electricity, participants lock up some of their coins as a stake. The network randomly selects validators, based on their stake, to propose and validate new blocks. If they behave honestly, they earn rewards. If they cheat, they can lose their staked coins. So proof of stake says, if you want to help run the network and earn rewards, you must put some skin in the game. If you misbehave, you lose your stake. Both systems have the same goal. Let a decentralized network agree on one shared history of transactions without needing a bank or a central referee. So at this point you might be thinking, okay, I get the mechanics, but why are the prices of these things going absolutely bananas? Let's talk about that. If you've seen any crypto chart, it probably looked like the heartbeat of a hummingbird. Up, down, up, crash, repeat. Why are cryptocurrencies so volatile? A few big reasons. First, speculation. A lot of people buy crypto not to use it as money, but to bet that someone else will buy it later for more. When enough people pile in with that mindset, prices swing hard. Second, no central stabilizer. With traditional currencies, central banks can raise or lower interest rates, adjust money supply, or intervene in markets. Cryptocurrencies don't have that kind of central steering wheel. Supply rules are often fixed in code. Third, news and narrative. A tweet, a government announcement, an exchange getting hacked, or a big company saying, "We accept crypto now," can send prices flying or crashing. Fourth, thin real-world usage compared to trading. Some people genuinely use crypto for payments, remittances, or decentralized finance, but a huge chunk of the activity is still trading between speculators. And let's be honest, there has been a lot of scammy behavior, pump and dump schemes, rug pulls, where developers vanish with the money, fake projects that exist only to separate people from their savings. Add all that together, and you get a very exciting and very dangerous playground. So what are the real risks of cryptocurrency? Let's list some. You can lose money because the price drops. Obvious one. You can lose money because you lose your private key or wallet access. You can lose money because an exchange gets hacked. You can lose money because you fell for a scam. You can get into legal trouble if you ignore regulations and taxes. On top of that, there are system-level concerns. Energy usage for proof of work, criminal uses, ransomware, money laundering, regulatory reactions that can change the playing field overnight. So if crypto is risky, why are intelligent people so excited about it? Here's where we hit the core idea that makes cryptocurrency more than just internet gambling. Here's the big insight. Cryptocurrency isn't just magic internet money. It's a way of doing money by rules and math instead of by institutions. Traditional money says, trust the bank, trust the government, trust this company. Cryptocurrency says, trust the code, trust the open network, trust the math. When it works well, cryptocurrency gives you the ability to send value across the world without asking permission from a bank, with no business hours, with no single company in control. It allows people in countries with unstable currencies or weak banking systems to store value in something that isn't tied to their local bank or government, although that something is its own roller coaster. It enables programmable money. Smart contracts on platforms like Ethereum let you say, if X happens, then automatically send money to Y, without needing a lawyer or an accountant in the middle. That's the idea behind things like decentralized finance, DeFi. Lending, borrowing, trading, all run by code. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. There are hacks, bugs, scams, and wild experiments. But at its core, the crypto movement is trying to answer a question. Can we build a financial system that is more open, programmable, and borderless, using cryptography and distributed networks instead of banks and legal paperwork? You can think of cryptocurrency as a radical experiment in moving trust, from human institutions to transparent rules executed by code. Some people see that as liberating. Some see it as dangerous. Some see it as both. But once you understand that core idea, Bitcoin isn't just a coin that goes up and down. It's a particular answer to the question, what if money had no central controller and the supply was capped by code? Other cryptocurrencies are different answers. What if money could run smart contracts? What if transactions could be faster or more private? What if you could own unique digital items? Hello, NFTs. You don't have to agree with any of those, but now you know what questions they're trying to answer. So let's bring this home. What is cryptocurrency? It's digital money that lives on a decentralized network, secured by cryptography and governed by open rules in code rather than a central authority. It works by using public and private keys to control ownership, using digital signatures to approve transactions, broadcasting those transactions to a network of computers, letting that network agree on a shared history using a consensus mechanism, like proof of work or proof of stake, recording that history on a shared ledger, often a blockchain. It's exciting because it lets people move value globally without banks. It makes money programmable, enabling things like smart contracts. It experiments with new forms of trust and cooperation online. It's dangerous because prices are extremely volatile. Scams and hacks are common. You can permanently lose funds by making mistakes. It can be used for crime and attract harsh regulation. And it's easy to confuse hype with real innovation. If you've watched this far, you now understand cryptocurrency. Better than most people shilling random coins on the internet. You don't have to love it. You don't have to hate it, but you can now see it as what it really is. Not magic, not pure scam. A powerful, messy, ongoing experiment in what money can be. So the next time someone says, crypto is the future and everything else is dead, or crypto is worthless and will go to zero, you can smile and say, it's more complicated. Let me explain. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe, give the video a like, and tell me in the comments which moment made your brain go, whoa, this video really tied the room together. I'm Dr. Dude. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one.